everyone, I'm Jonathan, a student reporter with Invention Convention Worldwide, and today I'm at Invention Convention U.S. Nationals with Alex, who created the Manure Mower. How are you doing, Alex?
Good, very good.
Good,
It's an honor
good.
to be here.
Of course. Thanks for being here. Could you tell me a tiny bit about the Manure Mower?
So, the Manure Mower. So, how I came up with it is, I worked with horses for 11 years since I was 4 years old. And apparently, for hundreds to like thousands of years, people have been having this, problem, and that is cleaning horse stalls without, it being like hard work and stuff. So, as you know, they clean horse stalls with a pitchfork and wheelbarrow, and if you think about it, that's not fun at all.
Right, yeah.
And, they have to do it every day, every day. And that's not fun. So I decided to create this machine that can really change the horse industry big time.
Yeah.
And people can, have easier environment on, the farm.
Awesome.
So I came up with this machine, as you know, the Manure Mower. So, I first came up, with a design of, like a snowblower, right? So what I was going to do is I was going to, modify a snowblower. And that top part where it shoots at the snow?
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to do is I was going to replace that with a canister that would store the manure and waste so it can be used as fertilizer for crops.
Awesome.
So how it works is like, the auger part of, the machine, it would like move the manure and then it would like dissolve it, like mulch it up into like small pieces, and then it would go through this like funnel and it will lead to the canister. But found out a little problem. So like if I made a canister, it will be too hard to like change that out like over and over again, and like that would just like be too hard for the person using it, and the funnel would be too small. Like too like cluttered.
True.
So that's when I decided to come up with a different design, and that is a hybrid of a lawnmower, apple pickle, pitchfork, and a snowblower. So how this new design that I decided to use is I'm going to modify a lawnmower, snowblower, apple pickle / pitchfork, and I'm going to mix it like together like. And, that creates a manure. So how it works is, the snowblower part, and that's the auger. And what I decided to do is I was gonna, instead of, just not being a pitchfork in front, I'm going to put a pitchfork, you see snowblowers, right? They have that front part. I'm going to add a apple pickle / pitchfork to it. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it easier to like, pick it up, Like, so if you're in the stall, you can like, lift it up a little bit just to help you pick it up, know.
Right.
And then like, it goes to the auger. Goes to the auger and then like mulches it up, small pieces as I said. And then the part that I also changed is, the canister part. I decided to use a 30 to 35 gallon bag that will store the fertilizer and manure. And how it works is, lawnmowers, the under part, right? Well, I'm going to replace that, that under part that, cuts up the grass, and I'm going to replace it with a funnel.
Right.
Like, the funnel goes under the lawnmower, and then it goes to the bag. And with that method being used, it can make the funnel more longer and, like, less cluttered, so the manure can get to the bag easier. So, about the bag part, it's like, if you fill it up too much, it can get real heavy.
Right.
Think about 35 to 35 gallons, like that's as much gas as in the car. Like, so like,
Wow.
if you fill it up, like I do not recommend like using it until it's all filled up. I recommend like using it like clean like multiple stalls at a time, and like don't fill it up too much.
Great.
So like with that being used, you can clean multiple stalls at a time without having to change it out every time you clean each stall. So that is how that is used, the 30 gallon bag, so you can clean multiple stalls at a time. And then after, when you're done, you go to your manure pile, and with that, this is another method for, agriculture and crop. Because, if manure gets, placed unorganizingly, like
Yeah.
I noticed that, people put the manure in the wheelbarrows and like they just dump it and just leave it there.
Right.
And that's not good for the crop environment because, if it just stays there, it can get contaminated and
Yeah.
it can like add bacteria to the soil.
Super true.
So, with this bag method, it's like a bag, it can help the manure be more organized.
Right.
It can be more organized. So you take the machine, you take it to the manure pile, and then you can organize it. Like, you unzip the bag.
Yeah.
And you just let it fall, like you organize it, like you know how lawnmower is like you go like walk in lines. It's kind of like that, so it can be more organized.
Right. I love how you're solving a problem that, like you said earlier, it's not fun. So you're making it way easier to do, but also you're doing it a lot faster. So what could take hours, now you have a machine that does it. I love that. Yeah. Cool. And so like during the invention process, like, how was that? Like, you talked a little bit about the roadblocks you went through. Like, were there points you wanted to quit? And if you did, how'd you keep pushing through?
Well, the thing that kept me through is my teachers, nagging, like telling me to keep doing it. And, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that she forced me because, this is a opportunity that not many people get to have.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm grateful. And, I haven't, I couldn't like make an actual thing yet because, this invention that I'm making is going to be really expensive to make.
Yeah.
And, I would need to like find like a mechanic and people who like know how to like use like mechanic parts and stuff. So like right now I'm working with a law firm to get a patent on my, invention.
Awesome.
And we'll figure out like what improvements to make on it to make it, more improved and better.
Right. Cool. So like going through like this whole process, what skills have you learned?
I learned like about manure. Like I learned like more stuff about crops and stuff. Like, I learned a lot like how to, problem solve. Like writing, of course, like, I write a lot because, like, I do speeches a lot. So, like, that will help me, like, write a lot because, in the law book, you have to type a lot and stuff like that. So that really helped me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. And so, like, like you said, so you've been like working with horses for 11 years. And so you learned a lot more about manure. So this thing that you saw almost every day, now you get to learn more about it and you were able to problem solve it. So like inventing, you got to like look at the world around you in a different way.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. And, I would sometimes, like every week I would go to, my ranch, to do like training. And, I would see the environment, like the horses live in and the people are in. And, I've been like a few weeks ago, like I went to the ranch and, I took pictures, like they gave me permission to take pictures of it.
Yeah.
And, I was taking pictures of the stars so I can use that as, a thing so I can examine it and see what I can do for improvements.
Yeah. Very cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. And so like you said, not everybody gets to National Invention Convention and you're here, your first time inventing. Congratulations.
Yeah.
What's it like to be here?
Super good. Like, I went to orientation yesterday and like, I think she said over 166,000 people, will like in the invention convention, like competing to get to this moment.
Yeah.
And, I was one out of those only 300 people who made it.
Right.
Like, that is awesome.
Yeah, it is. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. On behalf of Invention Convention Worldwide, thank you so much for joining us, Alex, and thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.